Hello students, my name is Santanu Das and I've been teaching from the last 27 years and I will try to make the concept easy for you. So we'll see the topic statistics today. And under statistics, we are going to study the various topics related to this. Before that, what we'll do is let's write down few values. Suppose I write down the values 2, 2, 13, 20, 33, 10, 15, 18, 20, 13, 16. So overall we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 values, 10, 15. Let's take another 20. So how do we put this in a group form? So basically in statistics, the informations given can be divided in the form of raw data or ungrouped data or grouped data. In all these examples, we are taking this one example. We'll see how to segregate these values in the form of a raw data, in the form of a ungrouped data, and in the form of a group data. So beginning with raw data, whenever we want to write the information as in the form of raw data, it can be written in ascending order or descending order. So we'll prefer the ascending order. So when we write in the ascending order, we write from the smallest value to the largest value. So starting from, we have a 2, then we have a 10, then we have 2 13s, then we have 115, 116, and an 18, 3 20s, and a 33. So just to check, I have written all the values or not. 1 to 5, 10, 12 values. Yeah, I've written all the 12 values down. So this is how raw data is given. If the information has to be transferred in the form of an ungrouped data, we have to make 3 columns. One is the marks, that is the values. Then will be the tally mark. And then will be the frequency. So in this case, so the values are, as we can see, 2. 2 is 2 times. So we put this bars. Next number is 10. 10 is 1 time. Next is 13. 13 is 2 times. And next is 15. 15 is 1 time. Next is 16. 16 is also 1 time. Then is 18. 18 is also 1 time. 20. 20 is 3 times. And 33, that is 1. So this is 2 times, this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, 1, 1, 3, 1. So it comes to total 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. So the total, that is the frequency, is 12. Whenever the values, in this case, the values are less than 5, whenever the values are more than 5, you put bars, 4 bars like this, and 1 bar across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and an across bar 1. So total 5. Then again 6, 7, 8, 9, and again and across 10. And that's how we continue if the number of values are more than 5, more than 10. So we continue showing it in this way in the tally marks. In the case of group data, what we do is we don't have to take individual values, we have to consider a group. So, and that group is called as class. So now let's consider the class in this example. Suppose let's consider the class from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So again, the tally marks would be, now as you can say, acha, here there's one little a bit of confusion with students, that as you can see, the 10 value is on the first class also 0 to 10, and in the second class also 10 to 20. And in that case, what you do is, where have you to consider the 10 value? So in the case of this kind of class, where the this one, the lower values are called as lower class limits and the higher values are called as upper class limits. Like for example, in 0 to 10, 0 is the lower class limit, 10 is the upper class limit. In the next class, 10 is the lower class limit, 20 is the upper class limit. So in those examples, when you take the class in the form of whatever is the upper class limit of the first class is same as the lower class limit of the succeeding class, then it is called as a continuous class, or it is called as a exclusive class. In that case, the value 10 will not be considered in the first one, it will be considered in the next set of information. So in this case, that means we have only from 0 to 10 only we will consider these two values, the two values. So they are 2 times, so we are going to write it 2, and frequency may be denoted by f. So frequency is 2 times. 10 to 20, again for 10 to 20, the values 10 will be included in the succeeding class. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 again, as it's a continuous class, so it will be considered in the next class. So we just have to consider for 10 to 20, the values that will be included is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 values are between 10 to 20 within this limit of 10 to 20, and 20 to 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values are from 2, 3, 4. So 4 values are from 20 to 30. 20 to 30. Not this. Only this 3 values will be included, because 33 will come again in the 30 to 40 value, because 33 comes between 30 and 40 and 1 value. So the total is going to be 8 and 11, 12. So this is how the various tables are made. Understand the difference between ungrouped data and group data. In case of ungrouped data, individual values are written and the number of times that is given by frequency is taken this way. In the case of group data, it will be a collection of the values. It is, we have taken a class in the form of 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Unless it's mentioned, you can take it anyhow. You could have taken 0 to 5, 5 to 10. That way also you may had taken. Now, as I told you, this in this example, as the value upper class limit of one class is same as the lower class limit of the other class, that is called as continuous class. So, and if it's not a continuous class, I will show it below over here. Continuous class or exclusive class that consists of 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So in these examples, what happens is the upper interval of one class is the lower interval of the next class. And when we are writing the frequency, the value 10, if it's given in the information, we consider in the next class. While in not continuous class, which is also called as inclusive class, the values will be written in the form of 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, and that way. So in this case, as you can see, all the values from 0 to 9, all the values will be considered in the first class. The second class 10 to 19, all the values from 10 to 9 will be counted in the next class. This is how it is done in case of inclusive classes. Now after frequency, you may also be asked to find out cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, I'll write it down here, cumulative frequency, which is CF, cumulative frequency, just for the sake of the thing. Right now I'm writing it in short form, CF. Now that can be of two types, that is less than type and more than type. So when I say less than type, we start adding from top towards bottom, and when I say more than type, we start adding from bottom towards top. Okay, so that is about the cumulative frequency. What I mean by that, let's take an example. In this itself, we will see how to write the cumulative frequency in the less than type, and cumulative frequency more than type. They ask this also in the exam for you to find out the cumulative frequency, write down the cumulative frequency frequency table, and also find out the cumulative frequency. So what you do in cumulative frequency less than type, you start adding from top towards the bottom. So first one will be 2. Now 2 plus 6 will be 8. 8 plus 3 would be 11. 11 plus 1 would be 12. So in the case of cumulative frequency, we just need to add the values of the frequencies. And in case of cumulative frequency more than type, we need to add those frequency values from bottom towards top. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So that would be the cumulative frequency. Okay. Now in case of raw data, another thing that I wanted to tell you is about class mark or midpoint. What do you mean by class mark or midpoint? Class mark, or it is also called as midpoint. So that is equal to lower class limit plus upper class limit upon 2. So in this question, and this class mark is asked for group data, grouped information, group frequency distribution tables. So if somebody asks me, what is the class mark of 10 to 20? Class mark 10 to 20. So what I need to do is use the formula. Lower class limit is 10 plus upper class limit is 20 upon 2, that is 30 upon 2, that is going to be 15. So these are the few things asked as questions. They may also ask you to find out the class interval. Class interval means you have to subtract upper class limit minus, I will write that down or 2. Class interval is let me give it by LCL and upper class limit by UCL. So class interval is upper class limit minus lower class limit. So in this example, someone asked what is the class interval of 10 to 20. So 20 minus 10, the class interval is going to be 10. So basically class interval means the values that can be considered within that table when we are writing the frequency table. In the case of not continuous class, you can directly see we can take from 0 to 9, that is 10 values. So in case of this, the class interval will be 10, even though the class is not continuous. Now in raw data, two things that I would like to tell you is how to calculate the mean. A simple question, but it's asked in the exams. So in that case, what you have to do, sum of x means all these values upon the number of terms. Like in this example, you have to add all of them. Add all these values, 2 plus 2 plus 10 plus 13 plus 13 plus 15 plus 16 plus 18 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 33 upon the number of terms are 12. So when we add it, what do we get over here? 11, 17, 22, 25, 28, 30, 32, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 182 divided by 12. So just do it. 12 ones are 12, 6 remaining, 12 fives are, and 60. 2 remaining, 12 ones are 12, 8 remaining, 12 6 are 72. So nearly 15.16. So that is going to be the mean of this raw data. Another important thing is they ask you to find out the median of this raw data. So for calculating the median, what we need to do is first find out the number of observations present in the raw data. If the number of observations, let us consider it as n, is odd, then the median is the middle term. And if the number of observation n is even, then what we do is we take the median as the average of the middle terms. To understand this, let's take the example, continue with the example that we have written down. As you can see in this example, there are 12 observations. So 12 observation means the number of n is equal to 12, that is even. So you find out which will be the middle term in this 12 terms. So as you can see, the middle term will be the 6th and the 7th term, because 5 terms living from back and 5 terms living from front. So 6th and 7th terms are the middle terms. So in that case, average of the middle terms, so 6th term is 15, 7th term is 16, average means divided by 2. So 31 upon 2, so median is going to be 15.5. Just consider that in this example, the number of observations were odd, which is very easy then to calculate the median. Just imagine that there were only 11 terms. So in that case, the middle term is going to be the 6th term. So I'm going to directly write median n is equal to 11, that is odd. So median is going to be the 6th term, that is 15. So that is how to calculate the median. So this is the beginning of the statistics, few basic informations that you should be aware of. Hope you have understood the video. Thank you for watching the video.